Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing good. So today we'll just make a quick tutorial on how to cut this wrap dress. Like it's just a simple wear, a casual wear that you can wear, just a street wear. So the first thing is to draft out your pattern. I brought out 6 inches allowance for the overlap. This is the overlap allowance. So this depends on how much you want it to overlap. So you want it to lap on your body, so I really wanted to lap very well. So I brought out 6 inches. You can bring out 3 inches, 4 inches. That should depend on you. So the next thing is to get your length. Her gown length is 40, and so I made it 38 instead of 40. So you get your waistline, your hip line, and all that. So you take now the next thing again is to take your body circumference, that is your waist circumference, your hip circumference, just your normal basic bodies. That is just what you need here. So you connect your curves, you connect your waist, your hips. Sorry, I have kata. Like talking is really stressful. Like I'm just finding it so difficult to talk. So it's just your normal basic body here. That is basically what you'll be needing for this part. So you take at her waistline and her bust line, and this kind of measurement I'm going to take. I'll take 4.25. I'll mark out 4.25 here. This is it. This is 4.25. But before that, here is where the dart is going. This is the front dart. It's going to start from 12 inches. So from that 12 inches, I will take 4.25. 4.25. Her waist, I will take 3.75. Then on her hip, I will also take 4.25. This is the kind of dart that I want to take. So I'll connect this. I'll connect the line. So I'll connect this way from here down to her waist, then from her waist down to the hip. This is the kind of, that is how I want the dart to be. So you just this is where the back dart will start from 10 inches. 10 inches. So let's say this is the back dart now. So here is the back dart. Back dart will start from 10 inches. Front will start from 12 inches. So this is it. And for this, you know that the front will be the 20, will be 24, but the back that location will be 23. So the front is 24, the back the that while the back is 23, and the back also upper part is 10. Here is 12, here is 24. So it's just like that. So I will indicate for me to know the front and the back, because I'll be using this to draft the back also. So I will, we can you are also free to connect it just to make it look so this is it for the distance. So I will cut it out now. Yes, no, I will add half inch allowance for this that intake. So for the that intake, I'm going to add, it's a stretchy fabric that I'm working with. So I'll just replace all this that I'm going to take half inch that. I'll just replace it. I'll replace the that. I'll replace all the that. So don't need that here, I'll replace it. So the next thing I have to cut it out. So I'll cut only the back armhole. The neck width is 3, then the back depth is 1. I'm here to cut the front neckline, and you don't need to cut it now. So I will do the shoulder sleeve. Yeah, so I'm going to fold in this allowance. The back don't need to have this overlap allowance. We don't need to have this wrap allowance. So I'll just fold it in just to use it to cut exactly what I have. But before that, will fold it in before cutting the front neckline, the back neckline. So here is the back neckline. So I will trim off this part that's coming out. So just fold it in like this to cover. It will not have a zipper because the front will be open. So I will just place it on my fabric and come out exactly the same, then come back to work on the front. So I have here 3 yards of stretchy fabric. This is stretchy stretchy crepe. In this, if you're in the east or in the Enugu, they call it azungwere. So once you get to the market and tell them that you want to buy azungwere, this is what they will give you. I don't know what they call it in other states, but in this Enugu they call it azungwere, or you can call it stretchy crepe. I don't know, but once you mention azungwere, they will give you something like this. If you call stretchy crepe, they can give you any other thing like stretchy. But if you want this, like the back is not that smooth. I don't know if it looks like that of a lizard. So if you're in Enugu, all this eastern part or what, if you just call azungwere, they will give you exact something. They will give you something like this. So I'll just place it and cut out the back. And go back to it. I'll just unpin it. So I'll place the back later. So I'll just make sure that everything is internalized very well. So I'll place this aside first to work on the front before coming back to place the back. That is the back part. So you open up this thing. This is that part again. So after placing it, you now extend this waistline, extend it to go to that line. So from that line, you go up by 2 inches just to do the slant so that it will not reveal much. So from the shoulder line, I went down by 7 inches just to connect this the way it will not reveal your cleavage. So from that your neck, you connect it to that wrap line, then from that wrap line connect it to that 2 inches. This is a wrap dress that we are making, so this is what we have. So for you to get the front curve, from that front I went up by 2 inches. This curve doesn't have any formula or any curve, you just have to curve it in a way that it will be okay for you. Like, it mustn't curve it the way I'm curving it, just do it. I later ended up using freehand because the ruler was not giving me the kind of curve that I wanted. So you just have to curve anyhow you feel that it will be okay for you. You mustn't follow this my curving because it's just a freehand so curve. So make sure you curve it very well. I had to curve and curve and curve until I got what I wanted. So you just cut out the neck part. So this is the way. Still, I wasn't done with the curve. I still wanted to curve it more, not to be too curvy, but um I just wanted to get the kind of curve that I was looking for. So you just notch that your overlap line, that line that you brought out, so for you to know where the overlap will start from. So you cut the front armhole, and that is this for the front. So this is what we have for the front. So your curve determines on how you want it, and don't curve it to that seam, to the side seam. The side seam should be equal with the back. So once you are curving, just know that you are curving only the front, don't curve it up to the side seam too. So this is it. I've placed it on my fabric. I like this space now that you're seeing. I like this space because there's some dent like stains here that I'm trying to avoid. So, and this is on fold. So I'll pin it very well because I'll be shifting it if I'm cutting it. So I just want to hold it down very well so that it doesn't move. So I'll cut it out. I like this space now that you're looking at because of some dents that it has. So this has nothing to do with the style. So here is the front. You can notch where your waistline, that is your waistline, that place I went up by 2 inches. You can notch that part. So just not to know where your overlap started from. So this is what I have. Now you can now transfer that your that is if you want yours to have that. So now to make that to create it on my distance. So from the shoulder line I went down by 12 inches. Then I got my waist location 16 inches, my hip location um 24 inches. So from this dot line, you know that you will start taking your measurements from the dot line. So I was just marking out for me to know the dot line. So from that place I went down by 12 inches. I'll go out by 12.20 4.25. That is that 12 inches line. Then my waistline I'll go out by 3.75. Then my hip line I will transfer the same 4.25. That is how I want this dart. That's how the dart should be. So this is the dart. Just know that the dart has back and front. You start the left side, you start from up, then the right side you start from down. So you still do the same thing, get 12 inches, get 16 inches, and get 24 inches. Then also get your dart line. This one fine. So I now have my line. So the next thing is to take my bust is 4.25, here is 3.75, and the hip also is 4.75 also. Then I'm connect the line just like you did with the other one. So you can see now this part is facing this side, so you are starting your measurement from here. Sorry, you are going to sew from the down part, so you are sewing from down. There is it. If you sew from up, it may not really come out very well, so just be careful how you sew it. So the next is to open this thing up for you to see what I have. So this is what I have. So that's why you need to notch it for you to know how it's going to overlap. So it's going to overlap to this point. So it's going to overlap here. Look at these notches. That's why you have to notch here also. So this is how it's going to overlap. Then you attach your belt here. So this is how it's going to overlap. It's coming out beautiful already. After putting the waist, you will see how snatched it will look. So this is how it's going to be. So I will just overlap this, then fold it like this. And fold it like this. I'll fold it. This is how I'm going to turn it. I'll fold it to this hem part. And also I'll do the same darts. Remember that here we'll start from 10. You measure your 10. From here you get 10. You get 16, then 23, not 24. So then I'll cut the sleeve. This is looking beautiful already. Like I'm loving it already. I'm loving it. Like it's looking beautiful. Once you hold the darts, the beauty and everything will come out. So you notice that it will be very, very snatched. Even the waist and everything is snatched. So this is how it's going to look when you overlap it. This is how it's looking. So once you place this and zip or here, that means you overlap. And if you notice now, your bust will not really, it will not really review your cleavage, like it will overlap very well. So here is where I'm going to attach my belt. I'll attach my belt before folding it so that I can still fold in the belt. I'll attach one belt here, then attach the second one here, just to wrap it on. So let's cut the belt. So to cut the belt, the fabric is on fold. You have 1.5 inches wideness. So when you turn it up, you have 1 inches and everything. And the belt is 45 inches long. The length depends on you. So the next thing is to fold out your fabric. I'm using 2 years or 1.5 or 1.5 years, just 2 years of fabric for this. So the sleeve will not really be enough how I want it. So you just fold it in a bias form. Fold it, then also fold it in a bias form. That's how you are going to cut your sleeve. So once you're done folding it, you now determine the radius. I went down by 5 inches. Then after getting your radius, you now determine the length that you want. My length is 6 inches after folding it and everything. So you just make it it's 7 inches. After folding it, you have 6 inches. It's because my fabric is not enough, that's why it's 7 inches. So once you have enough fabric, you are doing a 360-degree flay, or if you, it depends on how wide you, how full you want it anyways. So this is what you should, because it's a circular sleeve. When you attach it, you notice that the armhole part will be longer than the shoulder part, so you don't need it to be that long. So you just have to close up this part, just join this part, then see the next thing to do. Once you join this part, just join it. This is what I have for my sleeve. Once you join it, this is not the fullness I wanted, so you can just do this 360 or 180, 360-degree flip if you want it to be really. So this is what I have. After joining it, this is what I have. So the next thing now is to, from this side that you join, that is the side that will go to the arm, you go down by maybe, let's say, 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches, then you start connecting from, then you connect it this way. Connect this 3.5 inches this way. So once you connect it this way, so even if this side goes to the armhole, it will not be longer than this part, it will still be normal. So I'll now cut it out. So this is what you see the other side down. So you should have something like this. You see never video of the other side. So you should have something like this. This is it. So when you get your fabric, you should just attach it. So the next thing, I've joined the dart. Like, look at the back dart. This is how it looks. This is how it looks. Then the front dart also. This is how it looks. So once you're done joining, once you are done joining it, you join your shoulder. You join your shoulder this way. Then join the side with whatever seam you feel like using. Just join it. So after joining it, you turn your belt. My belt is 45 inches long, and unfold is 1.5. When you open it up, you have 3 inches, but when you fold it, you have 1.5. So this is what I have, 45 inches long. You have 2 pieces for that, for the belt. So I have 3 pieces for the belt. I didn't bring the second one, but this is it. So after turning it, I've attached this first one. So I'll attach the second one for you to see how I do it. Then also to fold it. So when you come to that 2 inches line, when you come to this line, look at the waistline. So this line now that you went up by 2 inches, just attach your belt. Just attach your belt this way. Then back stitch on it. Just leave a space of like half inch, that because you are going to fold it this way. So just attach it, this point now, attach it and hold it with 1.5 inches, half inch space. So after attaching it, you are going to fold. After attaching it, just leave it there. You start folding your fabric. Just start from the down part. I overlocked it, but if you don't have overlock, you can double fold it, which would have been the best because I don't have the color of pink. So I started from this point. I just folded it one, then fold. This fold will take you around the distance. Fold. Remember that you need to attach it. So look at the one that I've attached already. So when you attach it and fold it inside too. Fold. Then even to the neckline you are folding. You are going to fold. When you get to this place, you also attach your second belt, then fold it round, and that is it. So your sleeve now, when you open it, you bring your sleeve, this joining part, you attach it to your ankle, to your down ankle. Then this notch part also attach it to it. Then run it straight, run a stitch round. So that is what it.